Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As always, I want to thank the constituents of my beautiful riding of Niagara West for the honour to be able to choose and represent their voice in Parliament. I'd also like to recognize the parents, teachers and students from Heritage Christian School who are in Ottawa today. And I spoke with many of my constituents over the summer that mentioned the rising levels of crime, car thefts and drug addiction.
Mr. Speaker, teachers and nurses across the country are terrified of conservative policies that cut programs, that cut services, that cut supports for the most vulnerable, for those who work hard to care for other Canadians. That leader has opposed the things that nurses and teachers care most about. So let's not take any lessons from that guy.
Who's from screaming and waving his arms around radically when I mentioned the carbon tax, to bragging about a program that doesn't even exist. His multi-million-dollar school food program hasn't served a single ham sandwich.
Engaging with international leaders on fighting climate change, on solving global crises, on standing up unequivocally for Ukraine.
Colleagues, just as I said before, just as I said earlier, I would ask all members to please not take the floor unless they're recognized by the Speaker so that we can hear the questions and we can hear the answers. The Right Honourable Prime Minister from the top, please.
Mr. Speaker, don't worry, on this side of the House, we're used to casual homophobic comments from the other side of the House. Mr. Speaker, what is it about the...
Darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk.
Prime Minister, once again, to rise on his feet. And thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I will happily withdraw my comment if the member who suggested that I was sharing a bathtub with Tom Clark stands up, takes responsibility for his...
As I had indicated to all colleagues here, I was not able to hear or track the source of that statement. And I'm just asking the Prime Minister to be the better person and to please just withdraw the comment and start his question again. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I withdraw the comment about defecating. I certainly, using the word crap, I shouldn't use that. I know crap is unparliamentary, but I will also, Mr. Speaker, when someone says something that is clearly homophobic, not them, I'm not accusing them of homophobia, I'm saying they made a homophobic...
I appreciate the Prime Minister withdrawing his comment, and the Chair accepts him withdrawing that comment.
Mr. Speaker, I withdraw the comment about defecating. I certainly, using the word crap, I shouldn't use that. I know crap is unparliamentary, but I will also, Mr. Speaker, when someone says something that is clearly homophobic, not them, I'm not accusing them of homophobia, I'm saying they made a homophobic.
I appreciate the Prime Minister withdrawing his comment, and the Chair accepts him withdrawing that comment.
We see from this Conservative leader over and over again is that he is incapable of standing up to members of his own caucus who would like to limit access to abortion, and who even vote in favor of measures. He even votes in favor of those members. It's shameful, Mr. Speaker. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Completely false, and I could use another word outside of the House to describe stating a falsehood knowingly. The reality is that after 9 years of this Prime Minister's policies, gun crime is up 120%, as he's put all the resources into targeting lawful, law-abiding, trained and tested duck hunters and blown $67 million without recovering a single solitary gun that he promised 4 years ago to ban. Why wouldn't we let Canadians vote to stop the crime and put the real gun criminals in jail?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, every time the Leader of the Opposition stands up to rhyme off his little show, all his MPs...
And ask the Right Honourable Prime Minister to start from the top, please.
Mr. Speaker, every time the Leader of the Opposition gets up on his feet to rhyme off his little show, his party members applaud enthusiastically. But the two times he just stood up to suggest that he is perhaps pro-choice, silence from his team, Mr. Speaker. He cannot protect women's rights from the members of his own caucus, Mr. Speaker. That's not standing up for women. That's not protecting the future. That's not freedom in this country.
Colleagues, the Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, what we're seeing from this erratic performance today is a Prime Minister who's like a...
Can I ask the Honourable Member from Richmond Hill to please stay quiet as the Honourable Member has the floor. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition from the top, please.
Beyond the normal fear and falsehoods, what we're seeing from this Prime Minister today is someone who is erratic and lost control of himself because he is so desperate to hold on to power. My question was about car theft. My next one is about Nanaimo drug dens.
From Saanich Gulf Islands.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And on the same point, it's clear that world leaders have been calling out for the last year since the horrific attacks of October 7th for restraint and to control the conflict so it doesn't spread as it just is spreading into Lebanon. And we know who the enemy of peace is. Unfortunately, he has a name. He's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And he has put his political career and his...
Colleagues, I'll ask you to please only... I'll ask you only to take the floor when you're recognized by the chair. The Honourable Member from Saanich Gulf Islands, one moment, please.
Hello. darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was.
And I ask the honourable member from Saanich Island to conclude her question. She has 10 seconds on the clock.
Mr. Speaker, is that we are allies of Israel, but Israel's prime minister is unpopular. He's put his personal ego and political career ahead of rescuing Israeli hostages, and he seems to care nothing about innocent civilians, whether in Gaza.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.